Hi, I'm Drew Saur, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite tools for figuring out where you should spend your time, namely the effort value matrix. So why is this so important? Well, because we all have a fixed amount of time, and most of us have too much stuff to do. So if you have more stuff to do than you can fit in your time, you got to figure out where do you spend your time. And so this is a very simple tool that will help you figure out how to make the most impact with the time that you do have. And again, 2x2 matrix, effort value, looks like this. So on the bottom you have effort, it's low or high. Again, for the context of this video, I want you to think about it from your perspective. You can also do this for a team or an organization, but as a personal tool, you need to think about it from effort that you are actually spending. So low effort does not take you a lot of time. High effort, significant amount of time needed from you. Now, you can turn this into a 3x3 low, medium, high if you have a large number of things that you want to map. But I'm a big believer in simplicity, so keep it at 2x2 if you can. The left-hand side is value. Again, low, high. Value is a little bit more nebulous, but ultimately, the idea here and behind all my videos is taking your career to the next level. And what does that mean? It means being able to solve problems for other people, have them recognize your ability to solve those problems, and then you get to solve bigger and better problems, adding more value along the way. So that's what I mean by career advancement. So in this case, we're looking at value from that perspective. There are indeed things that are very important and that need to get done and add value, but other people don't notice them. So for the purposes of this, we're not going to talk about that. We're thinking about it in the context of advancing your career. So there you go, that's the 2x2. And then we just walk through the different quadrants. The main idea is you want to stay as much as you can on the top. So high value. There's simple goal, that's what it is. High value. And again, this doesn't need to be 100% of your time. What really makes the difference is looking at what you do today and shifting 5%, 10%, some small amount over time will make a huge difference. So again, what you're doing is trying to find just a couple of things where you can shift the amount of time and move it up to the top. So upper left, you have low effort, high value. These are the beautiful ones that you want to do as soon as you can, because it doesn't take a lot of time for you, but makes a huge difference to your career. You're adding value, people recognize it. So if there are things in that quadrant, do them as soon as you can. On the right-hand side, high effort, high value. This is probably where I'm hoping that you spend most of your time. Right? So this idea of, okay, it's transformational efforts, it's building new products, it's things that take a lot of time, but done right, add a lot of value. So again, either of those are okay. Low effort is easier, but anything on the top is okay. Now, if you go to the lower right, you have high effort, low value. And this is probably the bane of your existence if you have things here, because these are things that take a lot of your time, aren't adding a lot of value, but you also probably need to do them. So simple answer is if you don't have to do them, stop, right? But easier said than done. If you do, that's great. But oftentimes these are things that, as an example from my corporate career, like status reporting, right? It was something that needed to be done. Everybody expected it. You needed to share information. Would that ever differentiate you in a way that would materially advance your career? No. But oftentimes it would take a couple hours a week for people on my staff or other things. So what you can do with that kind of idea, and this is one of the most important things to kind of take away from this video, is how can you turn that into a high value item for somebody else? So this is easier if you have a team, where oftentimes they'll be like, well, you can just delegate it. Okay, you can, but that just means you're moving the pain from you to somebody else. Instead, I'd encourage you to think about it, how can I turn this low value activity for me into a high value activity for somebody else? So again, status reporting, you've done it hundreds of times, you know how to do it, it just takes a couple hours a week, it's not going to get you to that next level. Well, what about for a junior staffer? Or it's somebody who's new to the organization or new to this. Maybe they don't understand about quality metrics, maybe they don't understand financials and cost metrics and things like that. Maybe this is an opportunity for them to learn those things. Or maybe it's an opportunity for them to get in front of a more senior group of people and actually present the status. So the ideal thing to do, where most people I find kind of get stuck in that lower right, it's high effort, low value, but they kind of feel like they have to do it, is to figure out how do I turn that into a high value activity for somebody else, because that turns it into a win-win. So again, that's probably the most area to focus on, because it's high effort for you, anything you can do in that space to lower the effort will give you more time to spend on high value items. Again, there is the fourth one, low effort, low value. do them, don't do them, you can kind of see that for yourself. But again, if you take everything that you're doing and you lay it against this, one, you can get a sense of how much time am I spending on high value items versus low value items. Again, more high volume is better. And what I want you to do is find a way to move 5%, 10%, some small amount of time up top. And you look at this once a week, once a month. Quarterly is probably a good way to do it if you have bigger projects. But just look at this over time. And if every time you can come up with a couple of percentage points to figure out how to move to high value, it will make a huge difference in compounding that interest over time and improve your career. So again, simple tool, give it a shot. I hope you enjoy it. And as always, if you want to get some more in-depth videos on these kind of topics, you can sign up for my Next Level crash course at my website. It's free. Just go to drewsaur.com/next level. So again, I hope you found that matrix valuable. Give it a shot, and I look forward to seeing you next time.